If you want a real live example of how this plays out, Danny Mayer runs Union Square Hospitality, a major presence in New York City's restaurants. He says his restaurant staff must be vaccinated within 45 days or they'll lose their jobs. And by the way, if you're a customer, if you're not vaccinated, eat elsewhere.
Look, in a city that's got 26,000 restaurants, if you really want to smoke, you're welcome to do that somewhere else. And I would say the exact same thing here. If you really want to go unvaccinated, you can dine somewhere else and you can also go work somewhere else. I really hope that the small number of our employees who have yet to be vaccinated will say, I actually like this place even better because they cared about me.
Kathryn Wylde is the president and CEO of the Partnership for New York City, a group of top CEOs from New York-based companies. She joins me tonight from Puerto Rico. Kathryn, this is a tricky one. Nobody wants to be seen to bully, force somebody to have a vaccine. But at the same time, I'm getting the feeling that CEOs have had enough. Enough's enough. Get vaccinated or get out.
I think that's true, Richard, but it isn't at the expense of the health and safety of their workforce. And part of that is the stress associated with forcing people to do something they don't want to do. And we've got a very diverse workforce in New York City. 90% of the professional office employees are vaccinated, according to our reports and the feedback we get. So this is a situation where you've got communities and clusters of people in the city, large numbers, who almost half our population is not fully vaccinated. We've got just under a 60% vaccination rate right now. And so we have, the problem is not in the professional workplace or workforce. The problem is much more diverse than that. Okay,
but here in New York, that problem, if the workforce is professional workforce and in time the wider workforce is vaccinated, it could be the customers. It could be those people going to theatres and restaurants eventually. It could be those Americans from the rest of the country who refuse to be vaccinated, that when they come to New York, I see your wry smile there, when they come to New York, that they are the ones who are told, I'm sorry you can't eat here, I'm sorry you can't visit this museum, I'm sorry you can't do that, you're not vaccinated.
And that is exactly the case. We are having requirements of vaccination for theaters, for public venues, for the big celebration the mayor's going to have in August in Central Park. Those are going to require that people come vaccinated. And most employers are requiring vaccination or testing to come back to the office, but they're not firing people who are not. And it does get into, as you mentioned earlier, some issues of potential discrimination charges, particularly when the federal government, the FDA, has still not finally approved the vaccines. So you're taking a real risk as an employer if you're telling somebody you have to have a vaccine. If someone has a bad reaction to it, who's liable? As you know, the federal government here refused to pass any liability protections for the private sector employers. So they're looking at this as a public health matter. For everything else during the COVID, when we've had a public health issue, the federal government has sent the guidelines and set the rules.
Okay, yes. So Kathryn, you've got an employee workforce that is predominantly vaccinated. You've got somebody who refuses to be vaccinated. First of all, it could be an ADA, Americans Against Disabilities Act. It could be a religious objection. But ultimately, it could just be, I don't believe in the vaccine. The first two create legal difficulties. The third, arguably, you should be able to fire. Is that the way you look at it?
No, because the vaccine has not yet been authorized as finally approved. We're still under emergency utilization of the vaccine.
Oh, come on, Kathryn, that's semantics. When you've got tens of millions of people who have taken it, it is a semantic point, that a box ticking that they haven't gone to that next stage of giving authorization.
Well, if you talk to the communities and the people that are most concerned and are afraid to get vaccinated, they're saying they've heard on social media that this is not finally approved, and they are correct. So it's pretty hard to argue that we've got a sure thing until the FDA acts, and we're told it could be as long as January before that happens. And in the meantime, The federal government is now starting to move. Why didn't we, as soon as the vaccines became universally available, there should have been a mandate that everybody get vaccinated. I was a polio pioneer in the 50s, and we all got vaccinated.
Kathryn, I was as well, and was the little sugar cube with the vaccine. I don't know whether they still do that. Probably got something more sophisticated. It worked then, probably would work now. Good to see you, Kathryn. We'll talk more. Thank you.